Teachers, students, and parents are among those who sing the praises of a group of special seniors who give their experience and talent to help children develop the skills, confidence, and strength to succeed in life. Here to tell us how the program is a win-win for both the seniors in the program and those who benefit from their assistance is Lisa Schachle, Director of the Foster Grandparent, Senior Companion, and Relief Programs hosted locally by Council on Aging of West Florida. Lisa, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Well, these are great programs, and I think there's some opportunities here, and you are recruiting, which we'll get to as we talk a little bit further. But I know the Foster Grandparent is as a program of the Corporation for National Community Service. How does this program fit into the corporation's mission of to support the American culture in terms of citizenship, service, and responsibility?
Sure. Within the Corporation for National Community Service, one of the branches is the Senior Corps, of which Foster Grandparent Program is a part of. And its focus is to kind of take those citizens that are 55 and older and take their knowledge and skill and vast experience and kind of match it up with needs in the community. And in the case of Foster Grandparent Program, it's for them to assist children with needs and with their education.
It's a great way to give people a purpose and also help with the young folks as well. So how long has the Council on Aging been hosting this program?
The Council on Aging has had this program locally since the mid-'80s. The program itself is getting ready to hit its 50th anniversary, so it's a program that's been around quite a while.
Great, great. Well, in the introduction, I mentioned the students and their parents and teachers and how they benefit. Tell us a little bit more in detail about the positive impact that these foster grandparents have on these folks.
Sure. I mean, the main focus with our foster grandparents, they are pretty much assigned in each class, and they're mainly the kind of settings they're in are elementary schools, daycares, Head Starts. We also use United Cerebral Palsy. We have some foster grandparents over there, and their focus are either on your main categories of literacy or math, or especially with your younger children, sometimes it's just the social aspects that really help kind of lay those groundworks so that they'll be successful later in life.
So they actually go into some type of educational setting. I know some people might hear the term foster grandparent and think of foster children as far as a home setting, but this is actually kind of like a teacher's aide or
somewhat. They're assigned 2 or 3 students each that the teacher has kind of decided needs a little extra help, and they'll work one-on-one with them to help improve their reading, things like that, help them kind of boost them up so that they're prepared to move forward the next year.
What kind of feedback do you hear? I know a lot of them granny, and
right. Everybody has a granny. Everybody
the
loves
share.
the granny. We have several grannies that are with the same teacher year after year after year. That teachers will say they're their right arm, and what would they do without their granny? So it's a very a lot of positive feedback out there on our grannies. They do. Their children love them. They love their children. They schools love them, and they don't know what they would do without that little extra bit of help.
And they show some progress in grades.
Exactly.
And
that's something
we
track each year, kind of to see where things are tracking, how many students that are working with a foster grandparent move forward, promote to the next level. So that's something we all track and have a very high record of being positive with that.
Yeah, well, you mentioned literacy. I know there was recently a grant from International Paper Foundation for a project called Little Reader, in fact, which we covered in our magazine. Tell everybody a little bit about that project.
Sure, we got a grant from International Paper Foundation, which for our Little Readers project, which we in turn purchased 2 book sets. One was the first biographies, and another was on word family sets, and that we placed in 14 kindergarten and first grade classrooms in Escambia, Santa Rosa County. That the focus of that project is to help those that need to increase their reading scores by the end of this school year, and to also kind of change the attitude about reading, that the children are more positive about wanting to read. So we're kind of in the middle of that project right now, but so far we're getting a lot of positive feedback. The teachers really are enjoying the books, and the students are excited to use them as well.
Yeah, sounds like a great project. Well, we said this was a win-win. We talked about really the benefit to the students and the teachers and the feedback. But what are the tangible and intangible benefits that the actual seniors receive as a foster grandparent?
Sure. It is a stipended volunteer program, so they do receive a $2.65 stipend for hours worked there. For those that drive their own vehicle, there's a 44.5-cent mileage reimbursement. They get a meal allowance. With our foster grandparents, some schools provide meals. They'll get a meal at lunchtime. For others that don't, they're given a $1.25 meal allowance to cover that. There's all types of training we do. We do an annual physical with them to make sure they're still capable of doing their duties. There's additional insurances, all kinds of little extra nice little things. And then it's the kind of the intangible, it's that experience of they're able to give something to their community, they're able to meet new people, kind of get out there and continue. You know, a lot of them they're not working anymore, but that doesn't mean they're ready to stop doing anything anymore. So it helps them get out there and stay active.
How many hours do they put into the program? You mentioned the hourly rate. I was trying to figure out exactly what type of income supplement that would be like on a monthly basis.
The minimum requirement for the program is they must be able to do at least 15 hours a week, and the maximum is a 40-hour a week. We do have a few, especially in our daycares, that will do that 40-hour a week requirement. So going forward, once they want to sign up and be in the program, they just have to keep in mind that they need to be able to commit at least that 15 hours.
Well, that's a nice extra supplement per month.
It is.
You know, and I know the reason it's called a stipend is because it does not mess up any other retirement benefits.
Exactly. It's not counted as income. It's not taxed. So it's, I mean, there's an income requirement for them to be eligible for the program, but their monies through the program are not taxed, nor are they considered income when they're out. It's not going to mess up anything else they have going on.
Okay. And you mentioned briefly there is some income requirements. What are some of the requirements and other eligibility criteria for participating in the program?
Sure. They have to be, like I said earlier, they have to be 55 or older. They have to meet the income requirement. We do a level 2 background screening on everyone. They must be able to pass that. And then once we get through those, there's some initial training and orientations we do with them. For those that drive their own vehicle, we also do a motor vehicle background check, and we have to see proof of insurance.
Sure. And if somebody wants to find out a little bit more about the eligibility, because I know it varies by the number of people in the family, and it's kind of hard to cover real quick, but where could they find that information?
We have it posted on our website, as well as they can feel free to call the office. And the current eligibility that's posted is our 2013. Probably in the next month or so, the 2014 numbers will be coming out.
Great. Well, thank you. That's great information, and it is a great program.
Thank you.